A happy Thursday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Mott's Clamato Caesar, the top Caesar brand in the country with over 400 million cans crushed by Canadians every year. Cheers to the Hangout. Cheers to Mott's Clamato. Is he here? No way. He's actually here. Matt Iwanyk with you. Lieutenant Eric is here because it says on the side for those watching on YouTube, and it was promoted on the Nielsen show that Gager was going to be here.
I just like the drinks.
But Lieutenant Eric's here so we can have a Mott's Clamato Caesar. But I guess Gager is here. He's pulled the Tommy and he's coming really late. Coming in hot.
In the biz, yeah.
And joining us today, it is Jasmine, listener of Edmonton Sports Talk, and are you gonna? That's part right there.
Yeah, you get in.
That's part right there, Gager.
Talent on that.
Oh, okay.
Jasmine was the winner of a contest that we had where
That was the chair. Hi.
Hey.
That's a great way to come in. Hey, coming in hot. Woo!
Show's hilarious.
Jasmine won the contest earlier of you had to subscribe to the EST Hangout on podcast, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube, as well as text us in. You did that. You went into the draw and you won. So Jasmine, welcome to the Hangout.
Thank you. And may I just say something really quickly?
Go for it.
So the reason I was...
You're going to have to speak for 2 hours with us. So.
No, I just want to say, so I'm clearly a fan, and I'm an original nasty. And I just wanted to tell you guys how I became a nasty.
Okay.
So I'm a huge sports fan, clearly. And I grew up with just one sibling. And he's my brother. His name is Gurjot. Hi, Gurjot. He got married and moved out. And then I had nobody to talk sports about. And he taught me everything, like all the rules, all that growing up, right? So then LT and Dusty, they'd come on in the mornings. And they just became like these brothers to me, like, through their voices. And I'm like, now I can talk to somebody about sports via text. So that's my story.
That's great. That's great. It's funny how... I think, I always listen to the show, and even before I came on, and you feel like they're part of your they're friends, like you've known them forever. They have that feeling. And now, even more so, I think with the video component of the show, like how many people I've talked to in the mornings love putting it on YouTube and seeing the actual facial expressions and the interactions between the two. They're even more so part of your family, which is great.
The best thing, though, that's come out of all this is literally the nasty chat on YouTube.
Oh, I know.
Because it's its own little community. And I think it was VR Montenegro. It's like, Matt, seriously, is there a way to keep this on during an Oiler game? Just the chat part. Just so people could hang out and chat. So actually, maybe that's where we need the Discord. Do you guys know what the Discord and stuff?
Yeah.
We might actually have to go into that, which is just basically like an online text area.
Yeah.
We'll have to create our own. We'll crack that open.
A third item to keep a track of?
Well, it's all free. So there is that. And it would be, it'd be the nasty chat, but just there. But it's the, but then you have to be in it. Not everyone can't see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the nasty chat, just watching it going, even right now, though, everyone loves you, Jasmine. Tube Socks, Jasmine, Dean. Jasmine, that's awesome. Welcome, Jasmine. And then people saying, yeah, Gager, the chair. Sure.
Yeah, I came in and just let one rip, just the ultimate icebreaker.
Oh my God.
How have you been, Gager? I haven't. You came in last week for two guys, but we all had a bolt after two anyways. I haven't seen you in a bit. How have you been? Because I have some things to talk to you about quickly.
Okay, whatever.
It's all good. From my perspective, I don't have issues with you. Well, only some.
You gonna pull a Draymond there?
I was the one day I was actually on my way, Maddie, and I don't know if it seems like everyone in the world has been sick, and even I've been stuffed up for days. It's come back and forth, and I was on my way, and I said, you know what, that little room, I'd feel horrible if I got guys sick, so I turned the car around and kind of texted you and said, hey man, no.
But you're doing everything's good, life's good.
Oh, there's a lot of issues right now.
We're here to solve everything.
Well, it's maybe you can help me out with this, Jasmine, because getting a woman's perspective on this. It's my wife's birthday on Sunday.
Nice.
Right? So,
happy birthday.
Oh yeah, she wasn't too happy with me yesterday. She being in Europe and playing hockey in Europe for years. One of the best things about playing over there, especially in Germany, Northern Italy, is the Weihnachtsmarkt, is the Christmas market. So we're going on the 17th, which is her birthday, down to the Fort Edmonton to go see the Christmas market. So
Which looks fantastic.
It looks great.
Looks like a great date spot.
They are the most fun. When you're in Europe, if you're ever there at Christmas time, go to it because it's just a drink fest and everyone's having fun. But anyway, I was trying to get as many tickets as possible for everyone in our family to come down and do it. And it's one of those things where it times out. And I needed, okay, who's coming, who's not coming, blah, 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 getting it all together. Long story short, I'm yelling at my wife, who's coming? Who's coming? And she's giving me the numbers. And I order it. And then I'm feeling all proud of myself. I'm walking back into the kitchen, chest pumped. I go, did you get the email? Did you get the tickets? Like I'm a big shot. And she looks at it and goes, yeah, for tomorrow.
I knew it.
I was just, oh my gosh. So I spent all this money. And then my wife, and I'm good at that stuff, but I don't know. I messed up. I made the mistake. She looked at me like she wanted to kill me. And you spent that much money for tomorrow, and they saying you can't get back within 24 hours. And I'm writing emails to Fort Edmonton to get, needless to say.
So you got tickets for today?
I got tickets for today.
Yesterday
Okay. At 8. And you need 24 hours, it says, to transfer the tickets.
Yeah, there's no one you could call at that moment.
No, and I've made like 8 phone calls, wrote 10 emails. I got an email back from someone, hey, don't worry about it. We'll cancel those tickets. We'll give you them the 17th. Awesome. And I was like, because this was like 2 hours of my wife staring daggers at me, right? So, yeah, fixed it. But
the gauge your touch.
Yeah, that was tough. So yeah, it's just
you gotta get her something for her birthday though. On top of that, now something as a sorry for stressing her out for the last whatever
for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
That's
a little pricey.
I am horrible at gifts, and I've told this story before. Once in Germany, I bought her stuff. Everything's in German. I bought her like a self-care kit kind of thing. But it was called Luft Cream, which is lift cream.
Okay.
So it was like anti-aging cream is what I bought her. So I had to rip out to the Prada store and fix that one. But it's good because I find that because her birthday's so close to Christmas, I can really screw one up and then totally redeem myself on the 25th.
But you can only screw the first one up.
Yeah, I can't do.
You
both.
can't screw. Well, but you can't also like if you do well on the birthday and you screw up Christmas. Is she not just going to remember?
If I hit it out of the park on the 17th, it's a freebie on the 25th.
Oh, okay. You got this down.
Yeah, well.
You don't have to get her something. You like clean the house or
Yeah,
I
do clean the house, but not to her. My wife wants to live in I need 2 homes because my wife wants to live in a show home. She wants it to look like a show home every day. And
absolutely.
And 2 kids, it doesn't work like that. Just especially with an 18-year-old that, yeah, no, it's not going to work.
You still got to clean every day.
You just got to make it work.
Yeah, you be quiet.
We actually haven't had you on since Jason Strudwick was on this show.
Yeah.
Did you see that hangout?
No, I've heard.
Have you heard? Do you have any comments towards what Struddy said about you?
He goes to the old faithful, slow glove hand, can't see from outside the blue line, all this stuff everyone's heard before. I tell Jason Strudwick, come up with some new material, right? He looks like everyone always asks, whatever happened to Caillou? You ever watch Caillou as a kid? That's what happened. Jason Strudwick is Caillou all grown up. Complaining, hairline, all the same. Fashion choices.
I knew they'd be perfect when I'd ask you that. So, did you ever play against him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a young thing in Kamloops, I think. We dummied that team in junior hockey. It goes in cycles, right? So, rolling into the old War Memorial, which every rink was called back in the day when I played, it was scary going up against the Niedermeyers, Sadors, because you'd be on the bus for like 12 hours, and the first period it would probably be, it was like 7-8-0 at that point. But once those guys were gone, and we had a young Strudwick to go up against, Huska as well, a young Jerome McGinley, Darcy Tucker, who. If I could choke one person out, it'd always be him.
Really?
I hated him. Oh, he was an awful person.
Really?
Oh, God, he was the biggest pest. Like, I remember when he signed his contract, and he would skate around the ice, and he would say, how much you signed for? How much you signed for? I got the bucks.
Oh, really?
I got the bucks. Yeah, because he had his $187,000 signing bonus.
That's kind of... think that's kind of cool. That's the flex, you know?
Just to flash there. Well, somebody's coming with a flying elbow every so often. Like, you've just made yourself a target from that third liner who's like, oh, okay, I'm going to remember that one.
He's one guy that you have to say he always backed it up a little bit with his skill or, I mean, later on in his career, his toughness. He never fought in junior, which is funny. Well, he did, but God, I hated him. He was just awful, just an awful person to play against.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, God.
You know?
Yeah, there's a few guys that I just couldn't stand.
That's a good way to transition into Draymond Green, who I'm assuming a lot of people right now think, I hate playing against him. Like, look, I'll say this about Draymond. I would love Draymond on my team any day.
Yeah.
You want that type of player on your team, but...
Like a Cassian.
Yes. Yeah, like Kevin Bieksa, a guy that everyone hated. But if you had Kevin Bieksa on your team, you'd be thrilled. Draymond's that guy.
Draymond is like, how tall is he? He's like 6'4", I think 230 pounds. Imagine that hit without any equipment. Like we talk about, NFL players getting, CT and all this. Think about a giant like that, just bam, right? He can get
6'6", 230.
6'6", 230, yeah.
That's a big man.
According to Wiki.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, it's just like you're not wearing equipment. You can get a head injury. And, his outbursts are just, they're too baby-like.
He's got to be past that part now. You've won enough rings. Do you really have to have these tantrums type thing on the court?
Do you think there's probably more issues? Because that's what the NBA is kind of saying now.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know what he's thinking in that moment. When he did, have you seen the play?
Yeah, when he accidentally on purpose elbows a guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like
I love how you worded that because it's the perfect
it is.
way. Like,
that's what you do. And
he says it was all accidental, but there's no way that was accidental.
It's like when goalies knock the net off, right? Like you give it the whoop, 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 and then go back. That's no. I mean, you like guys on their team because there's just that little fact. Oh, is that guy going to lose it here? Am I going to get an elbow in the? I'll just back off. A lot of guys will hesitate to do things in all sports. I think it's a necessity on a team to get to where you want to be. You have to get under the skin of your opponent, and he does that.
He's entitled, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's so entitled. He just knows he can go get away with it. Oh, suspension here, suspension there. No, this last incident deserves more.
Well, it's an infinite, like right now, or not infinite, I shouldn't say, but suspended indefinitely. Like that's pretty big for the NBA to be like, yeah, we don't know how many games you're going to sit. You got to do these criterias, and we got to meet this, and it might be half a season, it might be 10 games, it might be 2 games, it might be like 2 years. Or like that's a big step the NBA took yesterday to be like, we're suspending you indefinitely,
and we're having a hearing because we're going to talk to you now.
Like, you're right. Like, I think you want Draymond, you want that type of edge where if you're the opponent, he could lose at any point.
Yeah.
But now it's gotten to a point where I think the other team goes, we could just get this guy out of the game quickly. We can just push his buttons a few times. He's going to do something stupid, and they're going to kick him out of this game, and boom, we don't have to deal with Draymond anymore.
Yeah, there's that component too, I guess, about it. I'm more interested to see the rehab. That's what we need, a pay-per-view with Draymond going to counseling. Have that on.
Legit.
That would,
Netflix
I would
special.
pay. Yeah, I would watch that for sure. Nice shoes, by the way.
Thank you. They're Jordans, and I strongly recommend, gentlemen, if you want to wear nice attire like a suit or something, throw on Jordans.
You think that's a good look?
I do. I think it is a good look. I mean, dress shoes are fine, but
Jordans are better?
Yeah, unless you want to wear like Gucci's or something.
Well, I can't be Gager with that.
The Pradas are at home, buddy.
No, I know there's some people that sit there and say when it comes to the suit, the Jordans don't look good. And I was like, well, I think they look good on certain people. Like,
you gotta be certain color though. You gotta have like that
like
color
the
palette.
Jordan or the suit, or they have to
together.
Like obviously the color has to match, but it's like any suit can't be with Jordans.
Exactly. You have to style it. You gotta style the color, the shirt, the tie, what it's called? Like handkerchief? I don't know if that's an old saying.
Pocket square.
Pocket square. There you go. You know, there's if you're gonna wear a tie, if you're not gonna wear a tie, it's all that styling. I won't get into this because gosh, I can talk about styling for 2 hours.
I need help with the styling.
I will help you. Anybody needs help, please reach out.
Because you know those. Well, she put a lot of work into her outfit today.
Wait, don't tell everybody this.
Looks great.
She made some changes.
So many.
Putting that.
I've done that.
No, she fully went like too formal.
Oh, really?
Well, first I put
She
a
did
business
email me
suit on.
asking like, what is the dress code? And I said, whatever.
Because, I think Quinn's the one I seen on here, right? And then
Yeah.
I didn't really see another female. So I was like, okay, well, I kind of want to set the precedent. I want to be, rep the girls. So I wore a business suit. I took it off because I looked like a tight ass. And then I wore my athleisure, the tapered pants and then Jordan hoodie, all this. And I'm like, now I look really, really butch. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. I'm wearing my work clothes. So whatever.
It's the way to go.
Yeah. Again, any fashion tips, you guys? Please let me know. I love
Gage
this
has got
stuff.
great fashion.
I was going to wear my Christmas sweater today, but
You have a Christmas sweater?
Shoulda.
Yeah.
Like, is it a funny one, or is it
Yeah.
or like just a normal Christmas sweater that's just very out there?
It probably makes some people uncomfortable and angry a little bit. So, yeah.
I want to
it's
see
good.
this
Does it have Darcy
picture.
on it?
No. It,
You didn't say it makes him angry.
I think I wore it to 1260 back in the day. I might have. Can't remember. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'll wear it. When's the last day?
Next Thursday, I think, is going to be last day. Dusty and Eric won't be here. It's me and Tommy and Trev running this building.
So
You guys should dress Christmassy too then. It should be a dress code. Fit check.
let's go Christmas sweater Thursday.
I don't have a Christmas
Do
sweater.
you have something
Well, you
green?
gotta wait.
Do you have something red?
Cardigan?
I do have a red hoodie, but it's a Canada soccer hoodie.
Not the season.
I think I might have, I think it's a Heineken bow tie that lights up.
That'd be cool.
That's
So I got
nice.
that.
you guys
So
can be
maybe-
silly, but
we'll have to
just
figure it
still
out.
Christmas.
Hit the mall. Go to the phase one, those old stores. You'll find something in there.
I always, actually, not going to lie, 1260, always loved working Christmas Eve. It was my favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
Straight up, I always wanted to work it as long as it fell on a weekday. Weekend, obviously, I'm not just going to go in because no one's there. It was the best. Like, there's so few people. The bosses wouldn't show up. The people that do show up are just in a good mood.
Yeah.
The Baileys is really flowing that day.
spirit.
Oh, yeah.
The spirits, they're going around. And our listeners, they're just, everyone's in a great mood. And it was like, it's almost like you have a half day off because you're at work, but you really don't have to try. Like you
Of course.
just, like
Nobody's
you just
trying. The
'cause
boss ain't trying either.
exactly, and like you're there's no real sports going on, so you're just having a good time on air. Me and JMO would have a wonderful time. We talked to the Bear Boys, we talked to the people on Virgin. It'd be wonderful, and you just leave work going like, that was a great day. I always loved working Christmas Eve, so maybe that's what next Thursday will be like.
Legit. Until January 3rd, everybody's grumpy and credit cards are racked up. Just kidding. Let's not talk about that yet. It's all Christmas
I
spirit.
do miss 1260 going over to see Uke and the boys over there and just kind of, hey, how's it going? They're always drinking.
Yeah, well, we always kept up two on our ends. And actually, by the end, it was us doing the drinking, not them as
Yeah.
much. Because they wouldn't do things. But they would do things. They did Hote Fridays, which was Hernan Salas told us all about it, which is red wine with Coke.
Oh, really?
It's delicious.
Ugh.
Do you like wine?
Yeah.
Okay, then actually, this is good.
Oh, really?
It 100% was delicious, and I forgot how you do it. I think you pour like a good amount of red wine in there, throw some ice cubes in there, and then you pour just a little bit of Coke
Really?
till it like just comes up to the top or something.
Okay, I'll try
and
it.
it kills.
Does it make the wine sweet though?
Not too much, no. And like it's like don't go use an expensive bottle of red.
No,
Like
no.
don't be using a $30 bottle or something. Go get a nice $10, $15 bottle.
It's like when you make the mulled spice wine. Ever have
Yeah.
that? Yeah. That's good. That's
Exactly.
what you get at the Christmas markets. But I forgot to say, I ran into Tide last weekend.
Oh, did you?
I went to go see him at my local drinking establishment. So he was there.
What's your local drinking establishment?
The Bend in
Oh, the
Riverbend.
Bend.
Yeah.
I
So-
used to go to the Bend quite a bit.
Did you?
That was like a spot for radio people.
Come on.
Like it was like every week or every like month or something, there'd be some part people would get together there, and that was the place people would go drink.
What part of the city do you live in?
I live in Mill Woods.
Okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
cool.
she-
Ish.
I think
She
you're talking
came-
about Riverbend right now.
Yeah, Riverbend.
Oh, the bend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had to come to the Alley Cat launch party because she had texted us many times throughout the year, like, you guys never come to the south side. Eric's always at the north side. And then so we did the one event, and she had to show
I
up.
was so tired from work, and I'm like, I'm on the white mud. I'm like, I cannot not go now since I complain.
So you've had the 6 o'clock lager?
Oh hell yeah, it's so good. And I tried to find it, and it's sold out in my area.
December 22nd, I believe, is when a lot more shipments going to be up there. Tom Gazzola texts me. Suit with Jordans is not a good look. May as well wear a turtleneck too. Good grief, tell Jasmine. Dusty just from the other room, I think with us, just goes, my God.
Really?
So I think that's connected to this maybe, but
No.
I don't know.
Okay, Tom, you are 1,000% right about the turtleneck in a suit. My favorite look, it reminds me of the TNT panel. I just love it.
Yeah.
But
You do like the turtleneck with suit.
I do.
Well, he's saying that's not a good look.
Oh my God, Tommy.
Like, because that's what he's saying. The Jordans is not a good look with the suit. May as well wear a turtleneck
Oh
too.
my God, I
so
see.
he's adding in like the turtleneck with the suit and Jordan might as well because it's just a terrible look.
Oh, you're so basic.
Yeah, I mean, most dress shoes are really uncomfortable too. Like, that's the other thing. Wearing sneakers with a suit is fantastic.
As long as it's put together.
Oh yeah, you
right?
can't.
And
you
they have to
can't-
be clean and all that, right?
Do you have Jordans?
No, I have N1s though.
Christmas present idea, Mrs.
So-
Gager.
I got my first Jordans ever. I didn't understand Jordans. They look nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't understand them. Somebody like happened to leave a pair of Jordans in my dad's truck one day.
What?
So he sent out on his condo message board like, "Hey, anyone missing a pair of 10 Jordans?" Went for like 2 months. No one responded. So he's like, "What size?" I'm like, 9.5. He's like, "Here, take these."
No way.
So I had my first pair of Jordans. I now understand the Jordans. They not only look good, and also when I wear those, I get more compliments than ever I've got in my life. Like if people just stop you, and be like, "Nice kicks."
Legit.
And now I'm in that point where I stop some people and go, "Nice kicks."
Legit.
But also they are comfy as hell.
Yeah.
Like they are worth it.
Nothing like basketball shoes are the most comfortable shoes, man. They go up a little bit on the heel. They're nice. They're soft. You feel stable. You can make quick cutbacks if needed. It's great.
I like that quick cutbacks when needed.
You can even do like just white sneakers if you can't afford Jordans or don't want to pay for them or whatever it is. You know what I mean? For a clean look with a turtleneck.
So the turtleneck's a good look.
I think it's cool. And then you rock a chain on top of it, you know?
Oh, jeez.
Not a thick chain, just, a little chain.
So I'm picturing Austin Matthews in all this. There's a one commercial that he's
Yeah.
in.
Oh, okay. I know I hate the Leafs. I hate the damn Leafs.
Yay.
But Austin Matthews, he's kind of a snack because the way he dresses, it's the way he puts himself together.
Did you call him a snack?
Yeah, that's,
I've never heard that.
that's fast. I
love that. He's a snack.
If my wife ever called me a snack, that's it. That'd be great. She's never referred to me like that.
Sign your Christmas card is signed by Snack.
Yeah.
Your snack.
Your snack. That's great. Nice one.
Thank you.
Tommy does add classic never goes out of style. Haha. So
Tom's not a snack. He's more of an hors d'oeuvre. I got a public service announcement too. I wanted to get out here. The dog park etiquette is really gone downhill lately. I've been trying to run into Jason Strudwick down there because I know he takes his dog. He's been avoiding me.
he's been avoiding you.
Ran into Dave Cooper down there. Coops was there with his dog, which was great. We just had a blast. But I have been, there's this one woman that we're usually there at the same time. She has 2 Bernedoodles. I have a Bernese Mountain Dog. They get around like, get along great. Yesterday, I ran into this guy. He's an older guy. He's got these 2 big white dogs. One of them was a little bit younger, and he was playing with my dog. It was fine. But I'd never felt so bad at the dog park before because we're walking, and my dog, he's young, so he's kind of rambunctious a little bit and stuff, but they were fine. And he turns to me and he asked me how old my dog was at one point. We walk a little bit further, and then he goes, "Is your dog fixed?" And I always thought that's a weird question to ask, And so me being me, I said, "No, but I am." And so he looked at me like I had 3 heads and tore off away, like our dogs were playing. So I don't know. Most people down there are so nice, but lately it's weird. People have been treating me so poorly with my dog, and he's great.
How old is he?
17 months.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Have you done something wrong
dog
to
park.
others?
No.
Is there like a thing of watch out for this guy about you, and now people are just like, have you caused problems or?
No, that's the thing. If my dog is getting a little bit too like he's not aggressive, but he might, he follows and sniffs maybe too much to older dogs, I'll pull him back, right? But I mean, if you're down there with dogs, you have to make sure they're not aggressive, first of all. But you have to be okay with your dog, another dog coming up to your dog and saying hi, right? So, and I've taught my dog to be social. He's more social than I am, but it's just so weird that people that are down there are now just not.
It's a dog park.
I know.
Then don't come here. Go to another park that allows dogs, not a dog park.
Like I've ran into a bunch of dogs that are mean. Like they'll chase and try to bite your dog. I mean, don't go there.
Yeah,
This is a place so our dogs can mingle, just have fun, run around, play, not try to. It's like a bunch of Michael Vicks down there.
Yeah. My dog's almost 16 and
Yeah.
he used to
Holy
love.
smokes.
I know, my Kobe. I love you so much.
Did you leave the TV on for today?
Right?
I do that.
Well, but did you?
know.
Otherwise, are you just saying it
No,
randomly?
I'm triggered right now. I'm like, no, but like my dog, he's really old and God, he's the best. And I took him to the dog park. I had these expectations of other little dogs, blah, 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 bother him. Bigger dogs. He's a Westie, by the way, but he's like 35 pounds. So attaboy.
Nice.
Anyways, but now I don't take him. Because of these reasons. Like, it's a dog park. You gotta respect other dogs running around and, like, other dogs gonna hop on him. And
Yeah, no, it's weird. But I got shamed because my dog wasn't fixed. So it was
screw
it was
that
weird.
guy.
Whatever.
You should
With
just
dried
went,
hen day.
should just looked at him and said, "How many NHL games did you play?"
Yeah, it doesn't-
Just pull that one out.
I should. But that Strutty's does that, so whatever.
Lars Y says, "Ask any vet about a dog park. Not good." And surveyor Brett saying 85 to 90% of people who own dogs shouldn't own dogs. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't go to the dog park on the weekend because
I bet it'd be
it's
wild.
awful. Because you get guys like Gazzola
Yeah,
down
screw
there
that.
renting dogs out trying to pick up women. And it's
Speaking of, yo, Tom, you're lucky you're not here, man. I'm gonna give you so much advice. I was gonna rip into you. Women
what?
want to be quickly. Everybody, all the males out there that are single. Okay,
Love it.
Women want to be wanted. Okay, and they want a man to put in effort. You stop putting effort once you nail. Like you get the woman, right? Like that's a joke. I don't know. You should still pursue the relationship, but you can't be lazy. You just can't be.
you calling Tom lazy?
Yeah, I'm calling Tom lazy.
oh yeah, that was pretty lazy yesterday. I'll admit to that.
Not having a second date planned?
Yeah.
Like what
No.
activity to do?
Yeah.
I hope he like follows up on text like after like, and you shouldn't like bombard her with text messages either. Like that's too desperate. But
You never double text. You never double text.
no, you don't double text. You got to play the game. I'm sorry. I know we hate games, but I think we're like wired to play games.
Everyone are females.
No, I mean I think you guys mainly.
I don't think guys want to play games.
I don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah, no, you're good.
You're worried with the Christmas market.
Yeah.
He's worried about making sure that the tickets are in properly in the date.
Oh my God.
He's gonna check every 5 minutes though
What
the
a-
date of those tickets.
He was triggered.
I wrote such a nice response email to the person that said they switched it. Like, yeah, I was like, you don't know what this means to me.
So funny. Just pouring your heart out.
Oh my God.
Look at the effort he puts in, Tommy.
Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable what you've done. You don't know what you've saved my marriage. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I've never had it that far, but I actually had when Canada Soccer was here, I almost had an issue where I lost my tickets. I had great tickets, and my credit card didn't go through for some reason. And so I had to go on all Ticketmaster had at the time was like DM chat, and I got into the DMs and like. People are like saying it takes like 48 hours to hear from somebody.
Yeah.
I was like, I might lose these tickets in that time. And then somebody got a hold of me, finally got somebody. And like, they initially like, I don't think we can get you these tickets. And then he finally was able to figure it out, get me my tickets, put on the right credit card and stuff, kept my tickets. Oh, I want to send that guy everything.
Yeah.
Like, what's your address?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah.
What do you like? Like, I will send you this massive care package. When
I
you
get
get
more
good
effort than Tommy.
customers, when you get good customer service like that, I
wonder-
I want to give them something.
Because in today's world, and I'm at a certain vintage where you had to phone someone to get stuff done. Now it's all pressing buttons, emails, like message boards. When someone gets back to you quick when you need and fixes the issue that you had, it's almost like, oh my gosh, it's a sign that you've done something right.
Legit,
Like,
it's like unheard of, right?
yeah, you
You're like,
don't.
whoa.
You don't get that anymore. It's so tough.
I want to have I'm the person that doesn't want to talk to someone right away. Like voice to voice.
Yeah.
Give me the chat option.
Yeah.
Unless I have to go to a call.
Yeah.
And I love places that do that.
The chat option is unreal. But the thing
best.
is, but you know they're working from home and they're taking their sweet damn time because you're just answering my question.
That and like when it comes like tech support or something, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because I could do other things too. I could be texting away. I just listen for the ping, come back, answer.
Unless
you could
they're
do
like,
different things.
"Are you still there? Bye." And then
Yeah.
It's all right next. I don't get too far away from it. But it's just, I don't know. It's like I could watch TV. You could have it going and I don't have to. I just, because sometimes I get like, it's like, especially when I talk to someone on the phone, like tech support, we'll say, like I'll call TELUS or something. It's like, I'm pretty tech savvy. And I know that they deal with so many people that are stupid when it comes to technology. And they have to treat like, did you reset? Of course I reset. Like for me, it's like I'm past all these steps. Let's get to the next part of all this through your notes because I've done it.
you're supposed to quickly
But
type all that and tell them the whole.
I know, but on the
rundown.
phone, like it's like they
yeah.
have to go through like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
I
I need you to unplug it, and you need to wait 15 seconds. Like I've done that. I've waited 30 seconds. Actually, I've plugged it back in. I've done this. Like, can we just get to the point where I need to get to this? But with the chat, I could just quickly, nicely, just type it all out. Give the full spiel, copy and paste it when they send me to the next page, paste it again, and I'm good. I love the chat function more than the talk. But that's my generation too. We don't like talking to people.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm in
say
radio.
If you want to know what those people go through, phone your parents over the phone and try to troubleshoot an internet problem with them.
Yeah,
That
I don't.
will-
I drive over.
Yeah, I can't. My mom's on Salt Spring. It is the most painful thing in the world trying to help her figure out the machine.
Do you do video calls?
She can't do it.
So I'm lucky enough. My parents at least know how to do a video
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
Because like then it's like, okay, show me this, show me that, so I could be like, okay, you got to
Yeah.
do this or this. But for the most part, I just go over. It's when I go over most Sundays for dinner. About half the time I go in, there's like, hey, we need you to fix this, and this.
Legit.
Like, okay, great. I got to be put to work right when I come over.
That's
Nice.
that's exactly my brother because like I have you gotta set a precedent. So I'd be like, I'll do it later. I'll be later. Yeah, you go like this, and then I'll like leave. So they're like, she's a lost cause. So now it's my brother's problem.
Perfect.
Right?
See, and I get annoyed doing it, but I also love doing it.
Do you?
I love tech stuff.
That's nice.
No, the text, like I
Oh,
love
the-
doing tech stuff. Like, and so I love playing with things and when trying to figure out those problem solving with some of those things. So I do enjoy doing it. But no, like I would talk to our former engineers at the
Yeah.
old place and like some of the stuff that they'd have to deal with. Like, and that's where I do have sympathy for those people.
Yeah.
Like I know that it's like you got to deal with some really stupid
course.
people at times.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Totally. Some people
like
are
when
just
it comes
awful.
to technology,
Yeah.
stupid type thing. And it's just like, is your thing plugged in? Oh, yeah, I could do that. Oh, okay, thank you.
Dude, I was a tech for a few years. It was awful going into places and well, especially when everything was optimal, but they couldn't figure out why in their 6,000 square foot home and their modem was in the basement, why their internet didn't work up in the third floor bedroom in the other corner of the house. That was always a tough explanation.
We had one host. He was on location and was having issues trying to connect. And I had to bring the engineers in, and we're going through these things. It should be working the entire time. We have a thing where I could put on preview and listen once they connect. And finally, like the engineers were behind me. I was there, and the three of us just couldn't figure out what was going on. So I just finally was like, "Hey, like, stupid question. Is your mic turned on?" And then all of a sudden we heard a click. And he started talking, and the person, figured it out. Yeah, it's all here.
Yeah.
And I was like, so the mic wasn't turned on. I said, oh, it's something else. I just figured it was something else. I'm like, okay, thank you. And it was like 15 minutes of us trying to figure this out. And then in the end, I finally was like, I had to do the stupid question here. Is your mic turned on? And that was ultimately what the problem was. So
I have a quick question. Maddie, what's this chicken tender stuff?
it's not chicken tenders. They got it like all completely wrong type thing. I was at Northern Chicken. My mom ordered that very hot Northern Chicken stuff, like the hottest of hot. So like we cut it up and stuff, and I took some pieces, and it's hot. But then I just froze the rest for now. I can mix it into some like this spice for later.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why are these guys losing it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't do that.
That's so practical.
You freezing the chicken?
I mean,
I guess.
I can still eat it. You freeze some food,
Yeah, no,
and then it's just like,
I
so
guess- I
I'll
get
be
it.
like cooking, like it's like, it's not like an actual chicken tender, and then I just cut a piece. Like we had, like it's like almost like pulled pork being freezing
yeah.
pulled pork type thing. I'd shredded the chicken already just because I wasn't gonna like take that chicken and just bite into it with how hot it was.
Oh, wait a second.
And-
You didn't have like the fresh yet? Like did you eat it first?
Yes.
And you had leftovers?
Yes.
Okay.
It's leftovers. They just go in my freezer.
Yeah, frozen. Yeah, okay.
That's all it
right.
was. And then so it's like I'll take some parts of it and
Throw it in other
throw it
things.
into like some other stuff just to add
That's-
that little
is that
spice.
their-
But
what-
it's like the hottest.
What is that? FU
Yeah.
something? What,
Like,
that,
it's
yeah,
that
we're
level.
not responsible.
No.
It's ridiculous.
It unbelievably is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I can do spice.
Oh yeah, that's
Well, maybe
that's
not
too
Jasmine spice.
You like spice?
Oh yeah.
I got samosas.
Do you?
I do.
And
I
she
brought
asked
samosas
for
you.
what's the spice? The white boy
Oh,
spice.
yeah, I did. 'Cause the
Which I
lady-
love that
I
idea.
was
Like, there's a thing.
mild,
Can we get
mild.
Dusty to eat it? Because I find his
That's
culinary palate
exactly
so amusing.
Exactly.
But that's all it was. It's not like I took a chicken wing and I took a bite out of a chicken wing.
Okay, yeah.
And I
get
kept
it.
that.
That's what I
or
thought
like
you
a
did.
chicken like strips or something.
Yeah.
And it was like a piece of chicken and stuff and
haven't
been to
shredded.
Northern
And so
Chicken in a while.
I just got some shredded chicken in my freezer.
Yeah,
I live by myself. I don't eat everything
that's
fresh.
too hot though. It's not
It's
really
right up there.
Yeah, I'd much rather
wouldn't
have
do
it
that.
off on the side and maybe dip it with that hot sauce.
Oh,
I
it's-
did that one chip challenge crap. That was dumb.
No, did you? I've never done that.
Don't do it.
But I would like to.
Don't.
But don't. Not the one chip challenge.
No, because I thought I was OG with the spice. There was like 3 million Scoville units.
Yeah. See, now I'm wondering how close it is to that northern chicken.
It's way
I would-
worse.
But have you had the northern chicken? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
hottest? Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Oh, way worse.
I don't
jeez.
get it. Why? You're like hurting yourself.
Oh yeah, I know.
You're not enjoying your meal.
Well, it was one of those things where I eat spicy food and I like it. No, it's the worst. It was the worst possible experience I've ever had eating something. I puked. I had to puke, and I was puking, going, oh my gosh, I haven't puked sober in so long. That was the first time in decades where I had to puke because of this thing. And trust me, it's just as hot going in as it's going out. That was terrible.
Trev, he did this thing where he signed a waiver for these like
I was gonna
spicy
say,
wings and stuff.
yeah, you can do
and
that.
he said he didn't feel right for like 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
He said just things weren't sitting like he was not right for like a good 2 years or
tummy
something.
was damaged?
Yes.
I felt I was dizzy, and as soon as I started eating it, I started like just. It was like I was in a shower. I started pouring sweat, and I had kind of prepared myself. I was chugging Pepto and some Tums. It is the dumbest thing you can ever do. I don't recommend it to anyone. I really thought I couldn't eat spicy food anymore.
That'd be hurt.
Yeah.
A good kick in life is amazing. Some people are asking how long has my chicken been in my freezer? Like a year and a half or something. No, it's something I think it was like in spring. So
Maybe just
You better eat that chicken tonight to get off your back.
no, I don't care. It hasn't been 2 years or anything like that. So and Jason LeDuc does not like me.
Why not?
He's Maddie bragging about his technical prowess for 10 freaking minutes. Welcome to Hangout, folks. Like, I wonder if he thinks the show's about the host or the guest. It's all Maddie all the time, and it disappoints me every time I tune in.
Jason.
Well, Jason, you don't have to tune in.
That's
So there's that.
That's so mean.
That's a tough Christmas. Maybe you just didn't. Things aren't going well.
For
Maybe you
Jason,
didn't get the tickets to the Fort Edmonton Park.
it does look amazing.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some videos recently on socials where it's like it looks like I almost just want to go by myself.
Yeah. That's
With the flask.
They have drinks there.
yeah. I wish they had a normal market like that. The Ice District should be a Christmas market. And I remember in Germany, like after work, everyone would just go down there for a couple hours, have a few drinks, good food, and go home.
Weather's really nice too, right?
Oh Jesus, that was the heat from my wife because she was so mad at me. I think that was.
We got to 7 degrees yesterday because your wife was so mad.
So mad at me.
It was really nice, no doubt.
It's I think I shouldn't keep saying this, but I feel like I want to say we're almost at the end of this, but we're not.
What? Of what?
This like nice weather.
Oh.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
I'm
high.
like, it's 11 o'clock.
Tomorrow, 0. Saturday, 2. Sunday, high of 1. Monday, high of 2. Tuesday, -3. Wednesday, +1.
Really?
Yes.
Sick.
We're still going that way. And Josh Clausen, what did he have yesterday? Who's now
Go Knicks!
you a Knicks fan?
I am.
Is that your team?
I like them. Well, they're not my team, but
So then who's your team?
My team used to be OKC. They are OKC. It's supposed to be the Raptors. I know I should be like, go Raps. I love the Raps.
no.
They're Canadian, but
Why do you have to be the Raps?
I like the Raps. The thing is, like, they're not going to win another championship, right? So it's kind of hard. It's hard to watch at times. Like, you see skill, you see Scotty Barnes, whatever, right? But with, like, OKC, you see, I don't know, the rebuild, the talent. It's like, an underdog kind of, but they're not really because they are a good team. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think of the play-in tournament?
I thought it was a good idea.
In-season tournament.
In-season tournament, sorry.
Playing comes later.
Let's be
Okay,
honest.
right.
Like, I always text these guys, and I'm always saying the word sexy. Like, NBA is sexy, right? Like, NHL needs to be more sexy, but obviously that's not going to happen until, like, I'm the commissioner or something like that, right? No offense about the commissioner stuff, by the way.
I'm still the commissioner of my CFL Fantasy League. I'm good, except we have beef.
Yeah. But
We could get to that.
Well, we'll save that for the new year.
Let's talk about NBA quickly, all right?
Yeah, no, we're
Do
gonna stick
not
with the
shy
NBA.
away from this.
I wanna
Gator
talk
had a
NBA.
question. Okay.
Yeah, so continue.
Okay, one sec.
And then
Sorry.
we'll get into
I'm like-
Gilders Alexander, too.
I was like, if we're going to talk about CFL, just wait.
No, I'm waiting for the CFL schedule release, which is supposed to come today, and I will take time to quickly run through it if it's during the show.
Yeah, sure.
Because I
got to figure out.
I got to plan my summer.
My sausage distribution time.
Well, we got to ask about how that went this weekend, but continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. So, but like, okay, I was going to ask you, actually, what did you think? Is I thought it was cool. It was a neat concept. The players had motive, incentive. The courts, a lot of people complain about the courts. I thought the courts were cool.
I thought they were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like cool. Like, I actually wanted to see it. Like, just tune in even just to see how it looked, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was part of that playing hockey in Europe, right? We had different little tournaments within the season that points counted towards. We had like the Champions Cup and one and different things. It just adds something else for a player I found them very enjoyable to play in. Just this is different. This is going towards this.
Exactly.
Were they for regular season 2, or was it?
No,
are they separate like soccer over there?
These were completely separate, right?
And did like the mentality change for you then? Like, is there like, I'm in like, this is the different stakes that.
Yeah. It was just another. It was another thing to win, and you just want to win. Like a championship's a championship. Who cares? Like when I was dominating in the English league, we won the Champions Cup. Like it was a huge deal.
Which Champions Cup? Is that local, like for England, or is that Europe?
No, it was just England.
It's England.
But it was encompassing all the leagues. Like I think there was two leagues, but you would in the bracket you would play a lower division team.
Yes.
Right? So it's really cool because we played a lower division team that had beaten a couple like Super League teams, right? So they were all pumped, and we were actually playing in their building, and the whole town was going nuts because they're somewhere that they're not supposed to be, and we went in and trounced them. But still, it was a really cool atmosphere to play in. And then we won in Belfast, a huge game.
Cool.
Like I still got pictures. I got pictures of me, my wife, and behind my wife is Ian Herbers in a conga line on the ferry going back to Scotland.
I hope you still have the pictures too, though.
I do.
I hope you don't like get rid of them or something.
No, I got it. Yeah, it's great.
Did you watch more of the basketball in this beginning of the season than you normally do, or is it usually about the same?
You know what? Like,
Because I guess that depends on how much basketball you generally would watch right now. But
and
like,
the matchup, right?
Yeah.
And to know like what the lines are, and obviously like when you gamble or whatever, you want to watch to see this person get that many points. Speaking of, how come you didn't bring up Giannis?
we still have an hour.
64 points.
But that's what I wanted to talk about.
64 points with no threes. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
How many free throws did he have? Like attempts? There was a lot.
Let's
like
check.
34 or something.
There was
Actually,
so many. It was like, boom,
no,
bing,
that's
bing,
the
bing.
question. 'Cause Yukon Jack and I have gone this debate for many years, and I want to throw it to you guys. Will we see a player score 100 in our lifetime in the NBA? I will tell you what you and I think after.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think,
Thank you.
yeah.
Uke believes that we are on a trend where we will get to 100 points, and he points to he'll point to if I was talking to him today, he'd point to 64.
Talent
but,
is only getting better. Sorry.
But also, I go with what's the best we've seen in our lifetime, like what we've watched.
Yeah.
Kobe at 81.
Yeah.
That's still 19 points shy. 19 points shy.
It's amazing.
Of getting to the 100 mark, that I don't think we will see that. I love the optimism of Uke, but 64 is amazing.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable, and we're
With
seeing more
no
guys get
threes.
With no threes, that's amazing.
we're getting to see guys getting to the 50s and 60s, I think, throughout a season more than we've had.
And Pacers are a good team.
But we're talking over 30 points still away from 100.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have to be a big man coming in, kind of like Shaq, that's just unstoppable.
That's right.
Right?
Like genetically, you mean,
yeah,
right?
it's a special person. I guess. I mean, Steph could go nuts or something and just start bombing it from all over and just having.
Steph Curry. Okay, let me get this straight.
Is he a snack?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not a
that's
snack.
mean. No, man.
You know, oh, wow.
No.
Kind of hurts.
I don't like Golden
If
State
he's
Warriors.
not a snack, what hope do we all have?
No, that's no, he's just too, he looks like he's 16, right? And he's like a short guy too, which people don't realize.
Well,
the
short
NBA.
NBA.
Yeah, short for NBA.
Like,
6'4".
what? He's got to be over 6.
He's 6'2".
He's 6'4".
Yeah.
6'4". No, he's
Yeah,
no.
he's gotta be
I think he's
Steph
challenge you
Curry.
to a
What is
duel.
he?
Stephen Curry, according to Wikipedia, is 6'2", 185. That's Wikipedia.
185?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's it?
short.
He's
Yeah,
small.
yeah, he
He's
rips
35
threes.
years old.
Yes, but he looks
Jeez.
Yeah, he
very,
looks-
very young. It's all about the gray now, right?
Does he have grays?
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
That's what
Oh,
I said. He
yeah.
looks like
That's what I see.
I'm just saying, okay, I don't like Golden State Warriors. I'm glad they're failing. I'm sick and tired of watching them. I'm glad the Raptors ripped them. And good riddance, Draymond. You know, but you know what? At the end of the day, Curry is really fun to watch, but I hate that team. I love rooting against them. Haters. I'm a hater when it comes to GS.
I was cheering for them when they went to 63 wins, and I wanted them to win that NBA title that year.
Why? They're a
I
bunch
love watching
of
history.
liars.
I love watching
Klay
history.
Thompson.
I'm like you. When people I don't like new teams. I like history. I like franchises winning multiple times.
Oh my God.
I was cheering for Tom Brady to win another
Oh
one.
my God.
Yeah.
Well, and I was
Awful,
cheering for the
I know.
Patriots.
I don't like the Lakers.
Don't go against my Lakers. Greatest franchise ever. How many other franchises have an NBA in-season tournament? None. Just the Lakers.
Yeah. Jesus.
Okay, well,
This is-
nice stat.
1 for 1. Every other team's 0 for 1. 100% winning 100% winning record now when it comes to winning the title. Like Patriots going for the undefeated season. I would have loved to have seen that. To say that we witnessed
yeah.
the undefeated season.
Yeah.
At horse racing, I wanted to see the Triple Crown. We finally got it for the first time in 15. I think we had it one more since. But it was cool to see a Triple Crown winner. I like history. So seeing the Golden State Warriors go 63 and beat, or 73, I should say, beat Jordan 62, I would have loved for them to get the NBA title, because now they can't say they had the greatest season ever, because they didn't ultimately win all. Well, the 72 Bulls did. 72 regular season wins, won the title. I would have loved the Warriors to have 73 with the title to go, we had the greatest season. I could say I witnessed it.
Boring.
I don't know.
I love to see new
I
blood.
understand you don't like, but
Young team's new blood.
I think it all started with Jordan, just his dominance, and I don't know, just wanting to be like Mike, and just be so dominant towards, and then the last three-peat I thought was just, that documentary is fantastic.
Oh, the best.
It was so
The best. People don't even watch NBA or know much,
Yeah.
So well done.
So it was, to see him on his last, the team was fading and he just didn't allow them to lose. That was great.
He allowed his Wizards to lose.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron's won everywhere he's gone. MJ can't say that.
I hate this debate so much. I don't even. I don't know.
I don't like GOAT debates
I don't get involved.
in terms of, I think it's got to be by era. Who's the greatest of their era? LeBron and Jordan played in very different eras.
Yep.
Completely different.
I think what I would go with LeBron is he's put him. You can't say he's not part of the conversation. You can't say that, which is an accomplishment in itself. Like, you can't actually say he's not part of a GOAT conversation. You could sit there and say Jordan's the GOAT, but you can't say LeBron doesn't have some consideration for
Unreal.
it,
LeBron's
which
unreal.
is just, that's an incredible accomplishment.
Athletes just keep getting better. I mean, it'd be great to have the flying DeLorean and the flex capacitor to go back and drop some of these guys back in different eras and to see what they would do. But I mean, training's different. The shoes are different. Hockey is
Equipment.
The equipment. It's impossible to compare players just because of what they're wearing.
But also, like, awareness. I was going to say, like, okay, you talked about that 100-point conversation. Here's the thing. If I choose to have kids, my kid is playing golf immediately.
Golf?
Like, yeah, because it's easy. I can get that 2-year-old to hit a ball or whatever, right? Before I can get them in, like, skates and whatnot. But we're more educated about it. We're going to pump all our kids. We're going to,
Over
get them.
soccer, basketball?
Soccer is so lame. Just kidding. I don't care about soccer.
I love golf, so.
No, my point being is just like, I think like all of us are gonna like raise your kids to be these machines, and then not only are all these kids, in hockey, not everybody's gonna advance. Now you're gonna have like the best of the best or the best of the best in NBA. You don't necessarily need height, like Steph Curry, for example, right? So that's why it's just gonna get just everybody around you is just gonna be like way better than having just that one LeBron, for example.
My good friend Luke, his daughter Danica, I really think she's going to be up there in women's golf and close to winning.
Really?
Yeah. One day we're going to have her in here as Canadian champion. She is unbelievable. Sweetest swing. I think she's 12, 13. The only reason she's not winning every tournament she's going to is because there's another girl that's like a few years older and can hit the ball a little bit further. But she's always second, sometimes finish first. We're going to see her one day, and I'll bring her in here for sure.
Is she in Edmonton area?
Yeah, she's in West End.
So what does she do does she golf sims during the winter, or does she take time off?
Well, Luke does quite well. They were just down in Palm Desert, and she was crushing the ball down there. So, we'll get her in here when she starts winning the big ones.
I could talk golf any day.
There was an Alberta child. She was just like, she was in the parliament just like 2 weeks ago. She's 10 or something. I'm not sure if you guys saw that on the news. She was from Calgary, I think.
Yeah.
She's like a golf prodigy. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I love that the Canadians were pumping out athletes outside of hockey like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's who's the best female right now Canadian athlete probably after like Sinclair's gone down, or retired, or not gone down, but retired. Like Brooke Henderson would be.
Yeah.
And like I feel like Brooke Henderson is a forgotten superstar in our country, or star in our country, that it's just easy to forget about her because, I don't know, the LPGA doesn't get the love that it probably deserves. Or we talk a lot of PGA, especially with the live situation with PGA, that golf, we focus on that a lot. But Brooke Henderson just goes out there time and time again and just produces. And she's been doing it now for a number of years, and she's so young that she's going to have a lot more years to go do that.
They should have more like match play stuff in golf where teams.
Yes.
I always thought of like a co-ed kind of mini tour within the tour where a guy just like doubles tennis or mixed doubles.
They just had a tournament, I think, this past weekend.
That would be cool.
That was men's, women join forces. I think this past week.
Okay.
But this is the time of year golf where like kind of no one cares.
The
season never ends in golf, really. They hand out the FedEx Cup, usually Labor Day weekend around there. Every year there's either the Ryder Cup or President's Cup lead up that we get to, and then the season begins. Like we've already had the season going, but people don't care until calendar turns January. We head to Hawaii. We watch the Hawaii, then it's West Coast swing, and then things really kick off. I wish that they did more of that.
Yeah.
I wish there was more team events. Like, I hate live golf. I don't want live to survive. Like, I don't want that. It's here to stay, I think, now. But I wish Jay Monahan, the PGA Commish, had done more to add things that live had earlier.
Yeah.
It would have been fun if maybe once a month we have some sort of team event or something.
Yeah.
Or there's no match play this year, I think. It used to be in Austin, Texas. I think it's off the calendar this year, But match play is one of my favorite tournaments of the year because it's
Yeah,
different.
it's different. Like, I mean, imagine Brooke Henderson teaming up with Tiger at a tournament. How many eyeballs would be on that? Like, and just have that dynamic for the whole season. Like, and get their sponsors, get their look like I did in Europe with the European jerseys or whatever, and just go nuts. I think it would be fantastic to watch. And even if, not just female male, but male male, I think it would just put more eyeballs on it and help just get a little more traction.
Wasn't it like the Brady guys did that with this when they had like the 2-on-2?
Oh, you're talking about those TNT match play
Yeah.
events and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, those still happen. They lost, for me, they've lost a little bit of luster. Because, I don't know. What was the last one? Well, Netflix did one because they have the PGA and the F1 series. And they did
Full Swing?
They did Full Swing and Drive to Survive. So they paired those guys together.
Yeah, there's a crossover because
There
of the they had the Netflix Cup. Are you an F1 person?
No.
Do we have to kick you out of here?
No, but I like nice cars.
And you don't kick her out. You inform her and educate
You
her
can
on why
kick me
F1
out.
is so great.
No, we'd
you
never
got
kick
Here's
you
why
out.
F1 is wonderful. We've got an hour. You're going to just learn about F1 for the next hour.
Please
It's the
don't.
best. It's the best.
I will try to get into it. I always say
just
that.
watch.
It's
just
on my
watch
watch list.
watch the thing.
Yeah, have you watched Drive to Survive?
No, it's on my to watch list. But
Okay.
then some new cheesy show comes out. And I watch
Like?
that, and then
What are you watching?
There's this new show.
Come
What's
on.
it called?
Some show. It's
Because I'll go through the embarrassing shows I watch, no problem.
It was. I can't remember.
Like, I
the name.
watched
It's like a
Love
long
Island.
title.
Oh,
I watch Love Island too.
It is a fun, useless show to watch for the summer.
In the background while you're like doing
absolutely.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
love Big
is that
Brother.
with the?
Yeah, we're Big Brother fans.
Is Love Island the one with the Alexa that tells them that they can't kiss and stuff?
Yeah, that's the one, right? Oh no, that's Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, that's
I've
Too
never
Hot to
watched
Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
My
No,
God,
Love Island, they
that's-
just go in and it's these beautiful people, men and women. They come together, they date.
Okay.
They get kicked off occasionally. Then new people come in and it's just a mess. Or not really a mess, but it's garbage TV that I don't know.
But
I
a
could
lot of
just
those
throw on and-
relationships survived.
No, they
Like,
don't.
They do at the end when you go back and see where are they.
No,
So-
go look it up.
And
You
that-
won't find many.
okay, well,
And then they had this Love Island's games that just happened.
I didn't watch that.
It was more games, which I liked.
Oh, that was like that Big Brother reindeer games,
Which is fantastic.
Did you? I haven't. It's on my PVR.
I've only watched the first episode so far, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And they've got great people, and there's actual. I thought they would just play games, but they're scheming, and it's like Big Brother, but in a new way. It's
awful.
wonderful.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could talk about the garbage TV shows because I'll happily talk about
This
the
is not
garbage I watch.
But what I'm watching right now, I'm just gonna give it a shout out because whatever. It's My Life with the Walter Boys.
The Walter
Never heard of
Boys.
it.
It's like a little easy rom-com watch, I guess. It's not even comedy. It's just a nice little easy watch. So I will have to watch F-150 before I get roasted again.
Well, yeah. It's that what they do on Drive to Survive is perfect. It'll get you hooked. You'll at least watch one full race after watching it.
Here's what I'll say about that with drives. I had Tommy and Hernan Salas with me. They had watched it. They had been involved and watch Drive to Survive. I was like, I don't want to watch Drive to Survive. Like, watch it. You'll love F1. I was like, I have too much sports I watch in my life.
Legit.
I don't.
That's the eye, too.
I don't need to
Yeah.
add more sports in my life.
Exactly.
I see
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm gonna watch this show, and I'm not gonna watch it anyways. Like I watched the show, but I still won't watch F1. And I watched like 2 episodes of Drive to Survive. Like, when's the next race? When's the race? When and I now I won't watch Drive to Survive again. I don't think because.
Oh, no?
I watched this once. I watched the season. I'm like, well, I've seen this.
Well, I like the recap going into the next. I think it's important
Fair.
to watch.
I
the
didn't watch
recap.
the last Drive to Survive season, the one that came out this past fall or spring.
yeah.
That was the last one. I just skipped it, but it honestly sucked me in fully. And now I'm a golf fan, and I watched Full Swing on the PGA.
That's
I
a
was
great
like,
show.
I don't think that will suck people into watching PGA.
No.
I think that's for golf fans where you want to know more about the golfers. Great show there. I haven't watched the tennis one yet.
I've watched the first 2. It's
yeah.
good too. It shows the sides of the tennis players that you just don't see. Other sports need to do stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's like the NHL almost, right? Like let's talk about like that sexy aspect again. Like you have like NBA players rolling in with like their fit check. You have the NFL players rolling in with their fit check and the 49ers have like a boom box. Like just so theatrical and I love it all. And NHL again, man. Like Skinner's probably the most well-dressed on our team for starters with his nice little hats. Like I like that. And I feel like it's not influence, so players are almost afraid to stick out. Cuz it's like
There is a little bit of that. Like,
yeah, you would know.
Yeah.
Get us the inside.
Yeah, no, it's there's
Making noise and all that, right?
yeah, it's kind of in the game. You don't want to bring too much attention to yourself. I forget who was there was a draft pick of Tampa, and I'm sorry I forget his name, but he was like, I'm the best dressed guy here and stuff. And I was just like, that's great. Like, young kid, he looked great. And then they showed Stamkos talking, and Stammer was just like, well, that's not how we do things. And I'm just like, oh my God, Stammer, just relax. Holy smokes. It's not that big a deal. Let the kid be a kid for 2 minutes. So, yeah, I'd like to see even like a Kelsey brother podcast between two active players.
Kachucks?
That would be unbelievable.
That would be actually good, yeah.
That would be really good. I think they would both, because they both have pretty cool personalities. Get a couple European guys would be awesome. Like just something to give you a little bit more of the inside. Like I love the fact that they had a controversial ending to an NFL game, and you had the Kelsey brothers talking about it, and one was directly involved in it as well, right? So I think you need more behind a few peeks behind the curtain of guys and how they tick. I mean, I don't think you'd get a lot from Connor McDavid, but
that's just who he is, right?
He's also been more open on things over the last couple of years. You want to, like, when he talked about the World Baseball Classic, Ohtani versus Trout, he spoke about that. He spoke about the Pride tape being banned in the NHL.
Yeah.
He's actually started to come around, I think, accept that he kind of speaks for hockey, that he has the most powerful voice in hockey, and at times is a bit more willing to. He's never going to be the Kelsey, bro. Like, we're not going to get the McDavid Draisaitl podcast coming, where they're going to talk. It'd be fantastic. I think Draisaitl will be wonderful to listen to talk about just random things.
And Kane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think we've seen a little bit more from McDavid accepting that. Yeah, Crosby is still around, and he's the elder statesman, and he had that voice for a long time. But now it's Crosby's still there, but you're kind of the new voice. You have to speak for hockey in all aspects.
Do you think sports writers need to do a better job of the questions they're asking then? Instead of the how'd you?
I can't answer that because I don't need to get in trouble.
Come on,
I'm not getting in trouble on that one.
Yes,
it's generic questions that you. Why
same answers?
Why ask the question you already know what the answer is going to be with certain people? Like I hear the scrums, and a lot of times I'm just like, ugh, why ask that? That doesn't.
What a waste of a question.
Yeah, that's completely ridiculous. I think there's a lot more you can, in the way that you ask a question, even to not just what happened. Maybe certain, like if you're looking at certain plays or something, there's a way that you can ask a question that you can get the X's and O's kind of answer, also incorporated with the mental side of what it went through to complete that play or certain things like that. I think the questions are as ancient as the answers at this point, and I do think that sports writers need to do a better job of the questions that they ask.
Where I'll go with that, because I'm not getting in trouble. We're not getting new sports writers though nowadays. Like, there's nowhere. I've been in the industry now long enough to have witnessed not the height of newspapers, but a good part of where newspapers were, and then seeing it slowly collapse. And seeing a lot of good young writers not be given an opportunity to continue on, leave the industry. And now I sit there and go, at some point, these guys will retire just because that's what happens in life. Mm-hmm. Who's replacing them, and are they coming up? And when you deal with the States, especially, a writer is not aspiring to be an NHL writer. That's the stop to becoming the NFL writer. Yeah. That's the stop to being the NBA writer. You have to deal with NHL for a couple of years, until you can get to those ones. Not many stick around for that full time because really their aspirations aren't hockey. In Canada, it is hockey. You want to go write hockey. But where are those next writers coming that are willing to go there and maybe ask those questions? And that's the problem we have with the industry of media in general. That's a bigger question, but I'm going to specifically go to the writing, newspaper, online type thing and where we're at with that. Sorry.
Do you think they wouldn't like get the job then? Because they know like their writing is it's like controversial or it's like too in your face. Like are they that they have to kind of stay to a script? Like,
there's just no jobs.
Oh, there's
that's
no
what
jobs.
it is. There's no jobs.
Okay.
There's no jobs to go get anymore because, you know, when I was first going to Edmonton Elks games, I'll use them. By the way, I did a terrible job with this today, resetting the show. This is the EST Hangout presented by Clamato Caesar. I am Matt Iwanyk, Joaquin Gage with us, and Jasmine, she's a winner because we had a couple times. Who's Jasmine? She's a nasty. She's a listener of Edmonton Sports Talk. She won a contest that we had going at the start of the Hangout, and so she's finally cashed that in and is here today. So that's what we're doing. Where was I going with that now?
Did you go to the Nasty Bash? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
He did not. No, I got to remember
didn't,
what I was
right?
talking
I
about.
didn't see you
There.
there.
I didn't go. No, I had family obligations.
That's more important.
We had some people say they met you at the Nasty Bash and
Okay,
you were great.
do you mind if I say something about that? And
Go
I'm
for it.
sorry you were talking and I
I
totally
just
interrupted
remembered
you.
what it was, so you're good. You gave me that time to figure out where was I going with that. Remember.
Because I wanted to say this too is just another thing that I thought was so fantastic. Like, I don't want to say it's a brotherhood because there's lots of girls, right, that are, you know, listeners or whatever. But so whatever. So I got invited to come and I went there. We had name tags. And so mine just said Jasmine because I tried to make a name, but I just, you know, just didn't go with my personality or whatever. So I see and I'm like, and then I remember the first person I bumped into was like, I was like, Jason from Leduc. He's like, Jasmine? And it's like, we just knew each other all along, right? You know what I mean? Like, I love that.
It was the best part of the
handle.
Nasty Bash.
Yeah.
It was seeing listeners connect with other listeners, knowing each other through the radio. Like
Legit.
never actually having talked
it's
before.
crazy.
I was so
It was amazing.
nervous. And I knew, obviously, I'm walking into, like, a lot of males and stuff, right? And I'm just like, oh, I don't even know if I should attend this.
Oh, no.
Right? Like, I was, you know, a little nervous. And then, I mean, like, when I started seeing everybody's name tags and then them knowing who I was and I knew who they were, I was just like, these people are awesome. Like, I just felt like this huge brotherhood, and I just thought it was awesome. That was a great party you guys threw.
Has the nasty chat even made it better for nasties? Because I feel bad sometimes when I chime in because I want to all the time, but then I see I don't want to disrupt the show at all with what I say or so, but I back off a little bit
Because you don't want to have like a side conversation.
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's what the best part of that is. Sometimes like we'll tune in when we're doing a show and look and be like, oh, there's a conversation that happens. I have no idea what's happening here, but they discuss amongst themselves. But people love getting you in there. So. And then we see it.
But I'm working, right? So I have my headphones in and I'll text in when I feel like I want to say something.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Right?
Isn't that the worst?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I got to say this.
Yeah, like, right? So just, yeah, power texting. And then I'm not going to lie. I do try to like put the YouTube on for as much as I can while I'm working, but I'm in meetings and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's hard. But I tried. The Nasty Chat is pretty dope though when you get a chance to like read it.
Yeah.
People there are pretty cool.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So where we're going with the media conversation.
Hockey
like
media.
where it's changed. Well, just media in general and why it's difficult and there aren't the jobs is I remember going to Elks games at the beginning of my career, and in Commonwealth there's a small press box in there. But so there's two rows, and the row at the bottom was generally the writers, and to the left was 3 Edmonton Journal writers. There was a Canadian Press writer, there was a couple TV people, and then there was 3 Edmonton Sun writers. So right there was 6 writers just for the Edmonton newspapers, and then the Canadian Press, which technically is a 7th. And then there'd be visiting media that would be just down the row. If you go to a game today, because Jerry Montajong now does the Oilers, I don't think he's covering the Elks. There might be 1 newspaper guy and 1 Canadian Press guy.
Wow.
Because they just don't have the people. So
those are the questions that they generate.
But, well, that's Elks game.
Yeah.
You don't watch the Elks post game.
But I'll go to have some drinks and a hot dog.
But that's
Hey, all right.
so there's no jobs for new people to come. So it's like I honestly don't know where we go with the questions in a scrum afterwards because I don't know who's up and coming.
Right. Well, just get them all in here on the Hangout and get it that way, I guess.
The Oilers and stuff.
Well, it'd be
would
nice
love
to
that.
get some Oilers in
I
here.
would love to get Oilers in here.
Yeah.
We got to first try to get Bob Stauffer. Actually,
Yeah.
that's the morning show they want Staff on. I want Cam Moon on.
Yeah.
That's why I want Cam Moon in one of these chairs for 2 hours.
Mooner's fantastic. He's just a wealth of stories. Sweet. Running into him and laughing, it's just great. I always told him his WHL card. I remember seeing his when I first got into the WHL. His equipment just looked good. He had a good mask. I was like, his kit was always the best, and I was always a fan of Cam Moon, hoping my gear looked as good on me as it did on him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's funny, huh?
I love hearing his hockey stories because, like, going through Nate, he was a Nate grad.
Yeah.
So we all knew of Cam Moon that way. And he's this broadcaster with the Red Deer Rebels, this amazing broadcaster. And then chatting with him about his WHL career and stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love Mooner. Mooner's just the best. Let's get into Movers and Shakers, which is brought to you by Marco and Mike Realty. We're there with Realty One Group Insider. Let Marco and Mike earn your trust. We were talking about Tiger a little bit before. I believe it was Mike with the great story that one day he was telling you were there for that. You might have left the room when those boys were here, and he was telling me the Tiger Woods story. It was just it was an amazing story. You'll just want to get a hold of them just to get that story. But marcoandmike.com for more information if you're looking to buy and sell a home. How was hot dog slinging? This past weekend on Saturday.
It wasn't great.
No?
I think I can't remember when that event was last year. It was the snow jumping.
Big Air down
Big
at
Air,
Commonwealth.
but
it was about the same time. It was December last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a 2-day event. It was a Friday, Saturday last year.
Because I remember it being packed last year, and lots of kids, which is good for those events. But didn't seem like a lot of people. First of all. And judging by the amount of wieners I prepared, they weren't flying off the shelves. But no one, we weren't busy at all. Just ended up basically cleaning up the kitchen for a better part of it. So.
When it's cold, do you want a hot dog?
When do you not want a hot dog?
I love
really?
hot dogs.
Well, families go to those things. Like that's kind of those family events.
So that's an easy. You're saying an easy thing for a kid.
The kids are. I'm hungry, so you go get them stuff constantly, right? So, yeah. No, I mean, I even had time to go out and tour around, and they had like little events that you could do, and the cornhole stuff, and they had a little whatever. We used to call it rail sliding, but for kids to jump up on snowboards and do some stuff. So, yeah, it didn't seem like it was as big as a hit. It could be closer to Christmas time, not as much.
Well, I wonder if the nice weather, you would think that maybe would turn people to want to go to something like this, but also maybe it's there's other things in the city now I could go do that I wanted to do that
because
it's so
it was
nice
colder.
or something.
It was like minus 15. I was worried that they could even if they could even generate enough snow for the thing. But it is amazing to see what those guys do. Like going out there and watching them jump, it's crazy.
Snow is an issue right now, like in the mountains. Will Fraser came. He was on this week, and he said he was out skiing this weekend, and it's not. The conditions just aren't there. He was at Marmot.
Really?
Like just they're not getting the snow right now. Oh. So this is just impacting the skiing a little bit right now, where it's just not hasn't come.
Huh.
So.
Well, that sucks.
We all need that. We do need that snow eventually.
There's nothing better than going skiing, man. That's just the best.
Skier, snowboarder?
I used to snowboard. I sucked. I could never be good at it.
I was a good skier.
Were you?
Yeah, good.
Did you go a lot in Europe? I would assume there's a lot of spots to go in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, my last year playing in Italy, I was in a ski village. Like I could walk with my skis to the gondola, and so when in Europe you're sponsored. So my car was sponsored. I was sponsored by Honda, but I'm not supposed to be skiing. Right?
Wait, you're sponsored?
Right.
Yeah. So on the side of my Honda was Fahrt mit Joaquin Gage, which drive with Joaquin Gage and Honda, right? So
they sponsor everyone?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, especially the Auslanders,
Okay.
like the imports. And but I had to, when I drove up, I had to park my car way far away so no one could see that I would ski. But I would go up there in the mornings because we practice at night. And
I'd imagine a lot of players do that though, right? That's all in their contracts and stuff to not.
Well, we're not supposed to, but all the local guys did.
Yeah.
I'd meet them up there, and we'd go ski all day and go have a few beers and have something nice to eat, and then go back down and go to practice.
Yeah.
It's written in contracts now that basically you're not supposed to do those
Yeah.
things. But like we've seen like Draisaitl and Connor them at ski super shorts and stuff. So it's like there is a line, but I do understand. Like Strutty told us a story. I think it was him that hurt his foot. I think playing basketball, the trainer or something like that. And like I could see how a team's like, yeah, no, you're not. We can't have you being hurt doing something else, but you can't completely bubbled.
My first year pro in Cape Breton, there's actually a little like ski hill there, kind of like Snow Valley. And I had my buddy send me a snowboard. And so we all went skiing. Snowboards, you fall, right? Your wrists go like this.
I know.
So of course, we're going crazy. And after a few falls, my wrists started really hurting. Like they're just jammed up. And so the next game, I couldn't play the puck anymore because I couldn't.
Really?
So our coach they were ringing it around, and I was just going other side. And I guess our coach was going, why isn't Gager going out there to get stop the puck and play the puck? And guys are going, because the jerk's snowboarding and he can't barely move his wrists right now.
Snitched on you.
It was pretty bad. So I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore, but it was a lot of fun.
What would be harder with like? Is it shooting the puck or like catching and stuff? Wouldn't catching?
No, that was
hurt?
fine. That was fine. It's just I could catch, but it was just handling and kind of when you're shooting, you're using a lot of your wrist motion, right? So yeah, it was even if I would lift my stick just a little bit above in practice because the vibrations of a puck hitting my stick with my wrist sent like pain all through my arm. So yeah, that was it for my snowboarding in my first year pro.
Are we going to talk Oilers Tampa?
We can.
Yeah.
Big game tonight, going for 9 in a row. Revenge against the Lightning and Panthers coming up because
Hell yeah.
This team did hold the lead against both those teams and blew them just a few weeks ago, but that's prior to everything happening here. Did they get 9?
Are you a big Oilers fan?
I bleed it. I bleed it so much I try not to talk about it. I get too excited. I'm like a puppy.
All right, so lay it on us. What do you think's going to happen tonight?
Well, okay. Can I give you guys a little bit of it? First of all, we're going to win tonight. Okay. I
So
don't think
9 in a row.
Yeah, we're going to win. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we're going to win.
It's Tampa.
I love how you say we. That's funny.
Hey, Tom was here. He'd be mad at you.
Why? Does he not believe in that?
Well, it's a media thing. In media, you shouldn't be using we's.
Well, good thing
so
I'm
he
a nasty.
So he's gone a little. At times he's looked at Bell when Bell's used the we, and he kind of looks at him, and then Bell's like, "I played."
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can, but like we don't play for the team. We don't get paid by the team. So like you will get broadcasters like we won't say we when it comes to the Oilers.
Yeah, well,
but Tommy's Tommy.
They have my heart though.
But
Emotionally invested.
So I say we's with like my teams, and Tom gets all mad at me. Like the Yankees are my team.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like that Drake meme. Have you ever seen it? And Drake's like sitting in the Kentucky, like their dressing room or whatever it is. And it's like, when we are the team. Never mind. I'll send it to you.
Oh, every team's with Drake.
I'll talk about Drake. Don't tell Dusty.
Continue on the game tonight, though.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I got a little bit of... okay, so I heard that the Oilers got... like a sports psychologist to come in and speak to them, and after that, that's why they've been winning. So I think it was all in their head, and they needed some motivational speaking, perhaps. And this is all rumors, by the way. But I think this is something that it's a cool thing. I thought with sports psychology, like I started reading up about it, and that they'll fly in like. Almost like shamans kind of thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, you would know, but...
I remember a few that would come in. It was always, I mean, when things are going bad, you'll try just about everything, right? When things are going good, you're going, we're fine. I don't think it can only help, when you going through what they went through. Well, what did you think about the whole coach firing? Was that...
I thought it was unnecessary.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Unnecessary?
No, I thought it was unnecessary.
So here's a question. What did this happen with Jay Woodcroft? This 8 game win streak?
If the psychologist came in, I honestly believe that's what happened.
I honestly, last game, as it was coming to an end, before I was setting Tommy up for post game, I was thinking like, I don't know if I was just trying. I don't have the answer. I don't know which way I'd go. I know, but was it that coaching change was necessary to turn this around, to get this team going? And I'm just very intrigued. Like, would have Jay Woodcroft been able to have him and Dave Manson get this done? Would have we seen the defense play a little bit better? Would have we seen the penalty kill
Maybe
get
because
better?
they're more flexible now with the new coach.
Yeah, like I'm very intrigued. Well, I guess we'll never know. So
Coach K.
I don't know. I can't say intrigued, but
I-
I'm very just like, it's something I've been pondering the last couple of days.
I know. I thought about it tons.
Would have this actually have happened if Jay Woodcroft would have still been here? Or was that, did they ultimately really make the right move because they salvaged the season?
I think they would have turned it around. Would they have won 8 in a row? I don't know. But from talking with a few people in the organization, and asking the questions about the coaching style of what they've kind of seen so far, from all accounts, Woodcroft was very, very intense with the on the X's and O's parts of things. Right, he would have the iPad and going guy to guy and showing in the dressing all the time. Okay, so with anything, I think when you have too many things that you're thinking about, especially in a game like hockey where it's so fluid, you have to just kind of play at certain points. And I think when you look at how they were playing and the mistakes that they were doing, it was almost they were thinking about too many things to get done. And what I do believe what Nabla and Coffee have done has simplified the game to a point where maybe it's not 8 or 10 things, it's 3 things that they're really starting to focus on. And really that philosophy of the easy play, if it's a 50-50 puck, let's get on the defensive side of that instead of the offensive side. And I think that's what we've seen a little bit. Is that coaching? It's probably a little bit of coaching. I can't see Woodcroft not preaching that message too, but I think it's a simplified game of what they've done. And I mean, the work ethic, hockey players don't not work hard, right? It's execution and skill that takes over. And I think by simplifying it has made that the skill of the Edmonton Oilers be more prevalent in these last few games.
And then the flip side to all this, though, too, I'll look at it as just McDavid's been McDavid again.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if he had been McDavid when Jay Woodcroft was still the head coach, how much of this just also points to just Connor McDavid's being Connor McDavid again, and he's healthy.
You could look at all 6 D-men, too, being better. Exactly. They're all better.
Okay, but then that one I could sit there and be like, okay, well, what's changed? And that I could point to the coaching staff. No, like where Paul Coffey has come in and we all thought, what's he going to do and stuff.
Yeah, we were hard on Paul.
Well, but at the exact same time, he sat there and said, I don't want to do this. Yeah. And we went, oh, that's great. That's the type of coach. But you've seen a change in defense that it's kind of like, well, I guess the credit does have to go to Paul there because clearly he's doing something different.
Yeah.
Are you seeing something different with the defense?
Just
outside of the 50-50s, maybe playing more, staying back instead of pinching up a little more or something?
Yeah, they're safer. The first pass is always there. You ever watch Queen's Gambit? Did you watch Queen's Gambit?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
It's an unbelievable show, right?
Really.
When you spoiler alert, but when she's looking at the ceiling and seeing the moves ahead of him, that's how you have to play especially I think as a D-man. Reading the play, and that's why they say it takes 300 games, because you're reading the play, you're seeing where there's a possibility of getting the puck, and then you're recognizing, okay, my first option is going to be there. So you're playing the game ahead a few steps. Instead of initiating the contact, getting the puck, now I'm looking, what am I going to do with it? It's chessboard on the ceiling kind of hockey that the D-men are playing, where that first option's always there, and they're doing it, executing it, but doing it quickly. And so the Oilers are playing chess. Everyone else is playing checkers.
Yeah, I like that.
Chess is way better than checkers.
Oh, God. What a great show, too.
Also just a great game.
Yeah. Play chess?
I agree with you.
I did. Growing up, I didn't. And my uncle's actually really good at chess, and he was
Really?
going to teach me, and I just never sat down to learn, because it's a studying thing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you got to learn your opening moves and memorize that largely, and know how to transition from one move to another move. And there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
So
Starting black or white, like it's all different. I have a few
White's the
openings
advantage for that.
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit's one of those opening moves. Crazy how it's titled that.
I know.
What a coincidence.
I was in the chess club in grade 8.
Really?
What?
I was.
Win anything?
Nice.
No.
Oh.
Just like my snowboarding, I suck.
You have to be good at math, I think, with chess. So.
It's that thinking many moves ahead.
Yeah.
Where it's, if I do this, then hopefully they do this or this or this. And you have to, I'm too quick, like with wanting to make decisions.
That's
I'm the
the
type
right
of person where it's just like,
patience.
I want to, okay, I'm going to make that move. And
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and wait a minute
Exactly.
or whatever to be like, okay, if I do this, they might do this, and then I could do this. And then I just don't want to do that.
Do you ever watch Gary Kasparov against Big Blue? He went up against the IBM computer. It's a
No, I haven't watched
documentary.
that.
No.
Yeah, because all those chess players, they're quite crazy. But he went nuts at one point against Big Blue because the computer it's a great documentary because the computer's in a different room and he's playing an actual human and the
Who
human's
gets the-
hearing and just making the moves. And I guess Gary did a move and the computer did something completely different than what it was doing before. So Gary thought that there was 2 grandmasters in the Big Blue room and playing against him. And so he lost the match and then they wouldn't allow him back there and then they dismantled the computer. But it was big for IBM. Microsoft's stock went through the roof after that.
I do not like where we're going with computers. Not gonna lie.
We're all
With like
replaceable.
AI and
We're
stuff,
going-
right?
we're going
I don't
way-
even get into this.
They're building the robots that
Yeah.
like we've seen enough movies to know how this ends.
It is what
Why
it
are we
is.
going down this path?
Especially with the Tesla robot that came out that looks...
Yeah.
We're gonna live iRobot.
yeah.
And who's gonna be our Will Smith to save us?
Yeah.
I'm just worried about our jobs in this economy.
Yeah, it's like, when I write in my real job, writing a email or putting together a report and stuff, like I do write everything myself. But sometimes when I read it, I'm like, it sounds really good. Let me throw it in Chat GPT to see what it writes. And then I feel so dumb.
That's why I won't do it.
I've done it a
That's
few
exactly
times
what
where
we'll
then
do it.
I get it to write whatever I need.
Yeah,
and then I
don't-
reword it from
I don't-
there.
I don't
It gives
tell
me
it-
the template and then you fix it from there.
I don't tell it what to write for me. I write what I want to. And I say, hey, touch this bad boy up or whatever. And it's...
You liar! You probably copy pasted it. Here you go.
No, I don't because everything's a little bit different. But it does do it, and you can once you get kind of proficient at it, you can kind of really optimize.
I Chat GPT did a hot take one episode,
Oh, did you?
and I'm trying to see
That's cheating.
how well it would do. Really, or I just asked it right now, and I didn't like what it gave me, so I got to ask it to do hotter. I asked, give me a hot sports take. And just said the underdog will pull off a major upset in the next big championship, defining all expectations and shaking up the sports world. That's not. What is that?
Yeah.
Be better.
Vague.
Just
More
insert teams
hotter
here.
and more specific. Let's see what it says. Get ready for a seismic shift in basketball as an unheralded rookie point guard not only dominates the league, but single-handedly leads a perennial underdog team to an unprecedented championship run, dethroning the reigning champs in a stunning upset. What is that?
Isn't that Hoosiers?
The last time I gave it, they told us LeBron is the GOAT.
Really?
Yes, it gave me a legit actual sports hot take. I feel much more comfortable right now with the fact that it's that useless.
Yeah, that's
So,
I think Google's come up with a new one too. That's quite good.
it's the Tesla robot that you...
It's
Now, 'cause it's
incorporating.
also
it,
creepy and-
yeah. There was a show on FX that it was really creepy having robots around. It's the next step though. I'd love one.
A robot?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, to like clean the house for your wife.
Yeah.
You guys are falling into the trap.
I know.
It starts there, and then have you
Well,
seen?
it's the vacuum.
Have you watched iRobot?
Yeah.
Yes. So they were the housekeeper, and then they took over, and then they got the red light, and then they were taken out, and Will Smith had to save us again.
As long as that was
No.
clean, I don't care.
We don't need those robots. We don't need the drones flying around dropping off packages from Amazon.
I don't know. Have you seen Michael Jordan's golf course?
No.
Gotta Google.
Oh, he's got drones to deliver like food and drinks.
So yeah, you go
Sick.
to every hole
Yeah.
and you say what this drone comes over, and then the next tee box, it drops your like 12 beers
Or
and
like
stuff.
cigars.
Oh yeah, everything. Yeah,
But that's so.
Sick.
But that's a private area.
I
Do you want to
know.
be walking the city of Edmonton and look up and there's just like a bunch of drones flying around that have Amazon all over it? And then some Tesla robot walking by you on the streets.
There'd no longer be porch pirates. There'd be like people with bows. You'd see Tommy on the bow zone getting
In the trees in Edmonton, looking to try to take down a drone and getting whatever package that they can get.
Exactly. Drone pirates.
Does anyone have those robot vacuums? Are they good? Oh,
No.
okay.
You got the
That's a
iRobot
no.
one? Is it the...
They don't. We returned it. It's just it doesn't do the suction properly. I could talk about vacuums forever too.
Oh, good. Let's do it.
By the way, that was Movers and Shakers brought to you by Marco and Mike Realty. Realty One Group Insider. MarcoandMike.com for more info. This is the EST Angle presented by Mott's Clamato, Caesar, Matt Iwanyk, Jasmine, and Joaquin Gage with you here. Continue.
Well, okay. You know how everybody loves the Dyson? It's too expensive when you can get something like a Shark that can do the same thing.
Oh, we're going to have a talk here.
Okay.
Those
Well-
things die. Like my...
They do. They die right away, so you need 2 battery packs.
No. I
sorry.
plug mine in.
Yeah.
I don't go for those. But
Yeah.
the Dyson I find lasts longer, especially with dogs. The dog
Yeah,
hair
exactly.
Like last
It kills-
longer lifetime or battery?
Yeah.
Lifetime.
And
Charge.
They have good.
kills. Yeah.
How many Dyson have you gone through?
Yeah.
2.
Really?
Well, no, the other one still works, but some of the attachments are. I need new attachments, and the brush is all messed up now. But my wife said, "This, I'm tired of this. Let's get another one." I go, "Well, we just need parts for the Dyson." She goes, "No, we don't need it. It's too expensive." And we got this other one, Dirt Devil, and
It's good.
no.
Okay, there's a new LG one that's apparently
Really?
but it's at par with the cost of a Dyson. But that one is getting really good reviews.
You get what you pay for. I do like that battery powered Dyson. That's my next big purchase, I think. But my daughter's in dance, so it'll probably be about 15 years before I get one.
Jenna Tills in the nasty chat saying, "Never had a vacuum I liked. They all suck."
Hey!
I had to read that one.
That's awesome.
Actually, read that one because that's really well done. I do want to try. I have just cheap ones.
Do you?
But I live in a small condo that
Yeah,
there's
but
not
you can-
much to be done.
Just
Spend the money. Go get yourself a nice cordless Dyson.
I can send you a link.
No, I'm good.
They're awesome.
Not
Yeah.
the Dyson, but like ones
I
that have
could-
a good suction.
Yeah, like $200-$300. You're saying?
Less.
Yeah, I'm good.
You can get an Amazon vacuum for like, it's not Amazon brand, but you can get Amazon vacuum for like 170, and then it'll be like an additional $25 coupon off, and it has unreal reviews. They're like China brands.
Yeah, my vacuum was like $20, and it does the job on my hardwood floors.
Okay, if it's hardwood, it's okay. But
I've
with
got
carpet,
hardwood.
believe
Yeah,
me,
I only have a couple of area rugs, and they're not enough for me to go spend $170 to get. I have a little bit like a $60 vacuum or something for that.
you
but
can
that's
also
it.
toss like area rugs in the wash.
No, these ones won't fit. Like they're bigger area rugs,
okay.
like by my couches or something. They will not fit at all.
Once I get the kids out of the house, then I'm ripping all that carpet out.
Getting a
Hardwood.
Yeah.
robot made.
Even some, I don't care. I'll get laminate that looks like hardwood. Get the
That's
big-
where it is going nowadays with
You
all
can
that
get
stuff,
the
and they look
textured stuff.
amazing.
Well, yeah, you can get the textured laminate that actually looks like hardwood. Get the big planks. Sure, why not?
Legit.
Click, drop it, and it's all good. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's the way we're going with all
Carpet.
that
I
stuff.
can't believe carpet. I've spilt so much stuff on my carpet. I remember one
But you
Christmas party.
don't see the dirt as much, depending on the color.
It's
Yeah.
nice in the bedroom. Like the warmth
Yeah,
on your feet.
yeah,
But like, yeah, downstairs, whatever.
Yeah,
Sorry, you were gonna say.
I don't
I forget what I was going
It was about the vacuum. You spilled so much.
Talk about a Christmas.
Oh yeah,
something about
no.
Christmas.
I remember. I think it was me or my wife. We were both. We had that was the Olympics. We had a Christmas Olympics party, and so everyone came as an Olympic character, and it was pretty good. My buddy, he's big. He's like 6'5". He's a big volleyball player. He came as a woman Bulgarian volleyball player. So he had red Speedos with a little red top on and wig and a lot of blue eyeshadow. God, it was great. My other buddy came with a 2-man luge with a blow-up doll in front. And I was, of course, my wife and I were the Jamaican bobsledding team. But
Oh, good
Did you spill on your
costume.
carpet?
yeah, my wife and I were like, we're getting rid of this carpet, and we were pouring red wine on the carpet. We got so obliterated thinking we were going to get rid of it anyway. Still got the carpet.
You can get that Bissell cleaner.
I got it.
That's kind of a bold move to just like, we're going to get rid of this here, red wine, pouring it right onto it. What color's your carpet?
It's a little rouge now.
But is it like a white beige?
Yeah,
like,
it's a
it's a
cream.
lighter color too.
Nice.
So you really went like, we're going to change this.
Idiot. Yeah, no. That was dumb.
Well, now you guys just got to do it. Commit.
Yeah.
Again,
After the kids are gone, my daughter's in dance.
I'm aware of the expense.
It's a
through JMO.
joke.
I don't know how much.
It's expensive. It's hockey expensive, if not more.
What?
It's way more.
What kind of equipment are you wearing? Is it not
No.
ballet, is it?
It's everything. It's ballet, contemporary.
Interesting. Do they do
So what are you paying
do they
for?
Indian dancing too?
No
Punjabi
Bollywood.
dancing?
I
Bhangra?
yeah, I wish they did. We haven't had a number. I've seen them at competitions though. Competition fees, outfits, just normal dance, choreography.
But like in hockey, people
seems
say
so
it's the
defeated.
equipment's expensive and the ice time. You're paying because there's not a lot of ice time. Like,
Yeah.
what's like? Is
And
it
you're growing
is
on
it
your
harder
equipment.
getting a studio or something? Like,
Well, no, it's always at the same spot, but there's travel costs when competitions are outside of town, the same as with hockey. But I mean, I would like to see what a rep 12-year-old, like a AAA player, pays per year. Not an academy player. That's ridiculous because I think at OHA it's like $40,000 a year just to go there, right? So that's ridiculous. But
I see your notes are out.
I know. I was looking at I made notes. I was just looking.
perfect.
Is there something that you haven't got to that you want to get to
Well,
from
there's
that?
one thing before the show ends that I hope you don't mind if I just ask.
Go for it.
So I already have a fantasy football women's league, and because none of my brothers and stuff would let me in theirs, and cousins, like, they're so mean. You're a girl, you don't know anything.
Call
like,
them dicks.
Yeah, well, whatever. So they never let me
dicks.
in, and then I, with another friend of mine, started a league, and we got a lot of girls. We had like waiting list. It was awesome, but I might
Wait
leave
list.
that league now and start my own league. So if you guys have any sisters, wives, girlfriends that love football or want to learn about it, like I can guide them and stuff. And
That's a way to win the league. I'm gonna guide all my
no,
competitors.
I mean how
Yeah,
like,
Jordan, you do this. You're playing me this week. Oh yeah, do this and that.
well, you're allowed. There's a rule though. You have to play your team. You have to play your team. You can seek advice from people, like your boyfriend or your husband or something like that. That's okay, but you have to run your own league. So I was thinking of kind of doing another fantasy football team. So if you guys are down, if you guys have like your girlfriends or wives that want to learn about it or anything, I
don't
prefer
got
people
either
that
of
know
those
about
two,
it.
So
I don't know. I say that as a selling point
Maybe
because it's just hard
Gazola's
to do
X's.
it.
So we can have like the Gazola X's league.
Oh my gosh, it's a full league.
We've locked it down.
But yeah, anyways, I was gonna say, if you guys don't mind, you can reach out to me on Twitter.
Perfect.
How's your team going?
I'm playoffs, baby. I'm number 3.
I got a big playoff week this week myself.
I've never played fantasy
No?
football.
No,
Have you
can
played
join
fantasy
then.
sports?
I can do
Yeah, you
it.
can join.
Have you played fantasy sports?
No, just F1. It's the only one I've done.
Which you've messed up as a commish.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
I wasn't going to go there in the end, but you now brought up the F1 commissioner.
I didn't. You just
Well,
did.
the F1 league.
You asked me what I
F1
did.
league, and
I
F1
didn't say I was
commissioner.
the commissioner
Yeah.
of that.
Well, you
said
are the
league.
commissioner of it.
I am.
I don't get how you can't. There's 2 cars. Why can't there be a constructors championship?
Well, there could be. There just wasn't one talked about at the beginning of the season.
So why not at the end just be like, yeah, here's your award. You're the constructor
I'm not
champions.
completely FIA. I don't change the rules of the last thing of the game of the race.
So you want fantasy sports is supposed to be realistic, as realistic it can be. So there's realistic. So you could just absolutely go here.
Yeah,
Gas,
you
you're the
could've,
constructors.
Matty, but
He's
this-
second and third. He finished second and third. Nobody else had better
It's the
duo.
fact that he thinks he won with
He
the
did.
constructors.
He did.
Yeah, but the constructors, no one really cares about the constructors. They care about the champion.
No, I won't dispute you on that.
Yeah.
Tony Brar is the champ.
Tony Brar.
as the driver.
Yes.
But in terms of putting out a full team, Cass did it.
Yeah.
He deserves some praise, and I think the commission
Yeah,
should do that.
I said, hey, good job. You
As-
won the constructors. Something that doesn't exist.
Well, now it does. You should make it.
Well, no, now I got to go buy another trophy. That's the problem.
You didn't buy the other two.
I basically did.
They were awards you won.
Yeah, but I put money
have 'em.
into the reason why I won those awards. Those are
Do you know what those words were for?
Yeah.
For? What were they?
Men's league best goals against.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I took both those before we left 1260.
Good. I was hoping.
Like it was one like when we were let go and they said, yeah, go take whatever you need, like walk around and do what you need, which was really weird.
I was
that was one of I grabbed those. They're sitting in my house. I got to actually still bring them here.
Okay.
So
I got to bring the big
them.
trophy in anyway. I'm working on the constructor's trophy for next year. So
Cass gets second and third too, then.
Yeah, I guess you could look at that. But
well, just like I won second last year.
You were the one that complained you didn't get a trophy. That's why I had to go get those things.
In Formula One,
he wanted,
and you'll learn this. You'll learn this when you watch Drive to Survive and you get into it. After every race and at the end of the season, they give awards for first, second, third.
Yeah, and
fantasy
what did Lewis Hamilton do with his third award?
Doesn't matter. But he got one. It's Cass. Cass isn't happy.
No, it's some telemarketer. Jeez, that's a fine.
We don't do those things.
You should do those things. They're hilarious.
A fine?
Yeah.
But that's the hangout. We had Quinn actually leave one day to go take a meeting.
So boss.
She had a couple minutes. She's like, I gotta go for a meeting like 10 o'clock. Yeah, go for it. So her phone rang. She left, and we continued in. And then she came back. It's the beauty of the show. So it's
She doesn't like Drake.
No,
she doesn't like Drake.
Yeah, I don't think so. She was calling me out at the nasty chat.
Like today?
Or no, like when we were talking about, I forgot what, it was like a week or two. And then I think Dusty played that was a hell of a thing to say to me. Jasmine.
So what else you got?
Okay, so I got
So we're going to promote the fantasy football
for women.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice for me to restart a new whatever.
Are you leaving the other league fully?
Or
are you going to do two teams?
I'm beefing with the commissioner, believe it or not. So
well, this is the perfect room. We're beefing with Gager as commissioner. This whole building and the listenership is beefed with me for being the EST draft commissioner. What's your beef with the commissioner?
Silly drama. But I'm going to take some of the girls with me and have peace.
So this is like
24
This is like a full there's full beef in this.
Hey man,
one.
I cut you. I don't like you. I cut you. All right. I don't need your negativity. Okay. So what my notes basically we're talking about NFL, but here's the thing, I think this NFL season, and I don't mean to be rude, but it's pretty boring. These games were boring. Like all the star players are really injured. Like look at the matchups have been so lame. Who cares about today with the Raiders and Chargers? Unless you're in fantasy football, but
Keenan Allen's not playing for me, so I'm more disappointed.
I haven't watched half as much NFL just because of the match. It seems like the matchups suck. The games aren't as entertaining.
We've had
change the matchups.
We've had more bad football in the NFL this season than I think we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Like just bad football. When you could point to the fact that the Chargers beat the Pats 6-0.
Yeah.
There was the 3-0 game this past weekend, Vikings Raiders.
Yeah.
Like people want to mock the Canadian Football League for things at times and it is bad that the Elks got shut out twice this year. That is embarrassing, especially when you get 1 point for a Rouge.
Yeah.
But still, we're seeing, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Cowboys. I'll throw the Chiefs in there. I still have to throw the Bills in there because until I don't see them win, they're still going to be there. I'm trying to think who I might still be missing in that. They're legit teams that could go win a Super Bowl this year.
I think.
And then there's everyone else.
It's going to be Baltimore and San Francisco.
Oh, I can't do that.
It's going to be Baltimore. Let's go Lamar, baby.
My dad's a 49ers fan and Hernan's a 49ers fan.
That's fun then.
I know, but I've already beat them once. I would feel bad when theRavens win again.
I don't like the Ravens, but Lamar, man, that guy is a stud. He's so fun to watch. The guy can run. The guy can throw.
I do I'm upset.
And he's my quarterback.
Cincinnati was the Bengals were kind of starting to. I just like that white helmet. And and Burrow's just an assassin.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
And he is a snack.
Yeah. Okay. A Burrow snack. All right.
Okay. Have you guys heard the conspiracy that has come from the last couple of Super Bowl logos?
No.
So 2 years ago, the Super Bowl, I got to pull up the Super Bowls here quickly to make sure I get the matchups. Super Bowl 2021, I guess it would be. Is this the one? No, sorry. So Super Bowl February 2022, which is the 2021 season. The colors of the logo are like red and
Okay,
like all
yeah.
these. And I can't show them on the camera right now, but if you look at the logo, they have the colors of the teams that ultimately end up playing, the Rams and the Bengals. Like they're in there. And then last year's Super Bowl logo was red and green, Eagles Chiefs. This year's logo is purple and red, 49ers and Ravens.
I called it right here.
Like if the 49ers, like if
that's
the
true.
Ravens and the 49ers meet in the Super Bowl this year, they will have gone on a run of 3 straight Super Bowls where it's just like, it's all complete coincidence or
Interesting.
something. But that's the conspiracy I just saw recently, that if you look at the last couple of Super Bowl logos, the colors match the teams that ended ultimately being in it. And right now we are with the Ravens versus 49ers based on the colors.
I like it.
I like it too.
I think that'd be a good game too.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
It has to be a good Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Nothing worse than a bad Super Bowl.
Man, yeah. No, for sure.
I don't know if my Ravens can do it. I may be too harsh on them, but I don't know. Lamar, I just haven't seen him go off in the playoffs type thing yet. And I need that, and I don't know.
Maybe he's got it this year.
Yeah, it seems like he does.
I'd hope so. They should be undefeated. They blew 3 games in the fourth quarter. So that's just me as a Ravens fan, though, right now. So
I know we're critical of our own teams, except the
Who's your
Oilers.
team?
Woo!
who's your team?
Colts.
Well, they've actually had a better
Yeah.
year than anyone would have expected this season.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
actually ended up doing pretty well. I think a
Wild
lot of
card.
people thought not good, and then the quarterback goes down at the start of the year, and
Yeah.
but they still wild card hunt, and it's just
They suck.
it's been an all right season in the NFL.
Minshew.
It hasn't been great,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of But I think with the amount of good teams there are at the top, there is a certain point we will have a great playoffs.
I hope so.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Nothing better than football games that you feel anxious at the whole game, right? Like I like that feeling.
Well, Ravens-Rams this weekend, for anyone that watched that game, was excellent entertainment start to finish. So many lead changes. It went back and forth. I didn't get to watch all of Chiefs-Bills because the Oilers were playing.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was at least an entertaining game for the most part.
'Cause
I know the Bills got up to 14-0, but
Because of Mahomes being a big baby.
Yeah, he was a little bit.
Yeah.
of a
You know what?
baby.
It's
The
also
whole
fun to
team.
root against. Like, I'll even watch if I don't even care for the two teams. I know I hate one team, like GS, right? Like, same thing with like the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs. I can't stand Mahomes. I used to love Kelsey. And now you have a girlfriend that is so annoying.
oh, you're not a Swiftie. You hate the
Hell no.
Swifts?
I can't
Or
stand
you hate
it.
Swift, I mean?
You know what? I never cared for Taylor Swift. I don't care. The stuff is on the radio. People loved her, blah, blah, blah. Never really cared. Whatever, the song's really good. But ever since she started dating Kelsey, and like there's constant coverage, which has, thank God, gone down. Now I'm just so annoyed of her. Time Magazine? Get out of here. Like, I get it. She's like a good person. Oh, she's, billions of dollars in the economy. That's great. Just get out of my face.
I want her to come to Edmonton so bad. For the economy.
And you know what?
I won't go to the show. I have no interest
I
in
will
going.
go to the show.
Just give her all the money.
See,
I
I don't.
would let you go. I'm like, okay, let's see what the hype's about.
I think I could probably recognize a few of her songs, but there was a great thing, watching the Kelsey brothers. Of course, Taylor Swift stuff pops up, and there was a guy with his wife going to see the Taylor Swift movie, and he looked exactly like I would look if my wife was to take me to this thing. And so they went, and afterwards it was the same kind of interview in the car, and he's like this on the steering wheel, and his wife is like, "What'd you think?" And he was like, "It was the best thing I've ever seen."
Yeah, that's why I would go to the concert.
So
It probably would be amazing.
I can't go to this because this guy was a hardened male, and he was brought to just pure joy of watching the movie, saying it was great.
Full credit to Mark Mageau, who was a Swiftie fan before it was cool being a Swiftie fan like this. Just straight up.
I have 2 more points because I know you're going to wrap the show up.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Okay. I'm also a clown because I bought Mariners and Blue Jays tickets the day of the Otani hype.
Oh.
Are you a fan of either of the teams?
Blue Jays.
Okay, at least you're still seeing your team.
Yeah, and I hear it's
so
really
that's
fun to
fine.
watch there,
Yeah,
right? So-
people, and it's a lot of Blue Jays fans that go.
Yeah.
Tyler Remchuk was just at this summer, the series of Jays.
Are you going to
Mariners
Safeco?
and
Is it
stuff.
Safeco?
Yeah.
You going to Seattle?
Or it's, I don't know if it's Safeco anymore,
Not
Yeah.
Safeco anymore.
but that's what I'll always remember it
yeah,
as.
yeah.
Well, they were expensive.
Were you
Seattle,
going
though?
to Seattle?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet.
Seattle's so I've been there so many times. So
awesome.
that's
It's fun there.
It's so expensive now too.
Oh,
it's
well,
just
everything's
What
and there's not
isn't
much
expensive?
to see. There's not much to see there other than the basic
Well, if you've
stuff.
been there a lot.
and
And what was the other
I was
point?
gonna say because I was gonna hate on Vancouver Canucks. That's what I really want to hate on. The biggest team in this whole entire world that I hate more than any team is the Canucks, and it pains me that they're doing well. At first, I thought it was puck luck, but they're clearly doing really good.
Did you grow up as a Canucks fan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa, sorry, buddy.
Grew up in Kits. It's all right.
Do you
your
still
family
have
fan?
some like a soft spot for the Canucks at all? Or
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their fans are weird.
That's why I hate them. They're
Yeah.
bandwagoner rich kids for Vancouver.
But-
Only go when they're
That's why
winning.
everyone hates the
Yeah.
Canucks basically because of the
But
fans.
they
The
have-
playoff run against the
Yeah.
Bruins.
They have an unreal goalie. They have a guy that's might win the Hart this year.
Yeah.
And Brock's got 20 goals. Pedersen's top 5 in score. Look, man, they're for real. They're going to be what are they? I think they're 6-4 in their last 10 or something like that.
But have won like 3 or 4 straight.
Have they?
So
Yeah,
they've
no,
picked it
flipped
back up a little
flipped it,
bit,
yeah.
I think.
Because they're high scoring too. Like they're not just like on the edge. They're winning by like 3 goals.
I don't know what Quinn Hughes did in the summer. He was always good, but he went
Yeah.
supernova this year. He's in the conversation of he should win the Norris this year. I don't think it's a question at this point, but when you have a guy that can control the game on the offensive side from the back end like he does, it makes it very difficult to beat them.
It's crazy what top end defense could do to teams, you know?
And he can defend. That's the other thing.
That was the EST Hangout. We're done. 2 hours just gone like that. Jasmine, thanks for coming in. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks for having
being
me.
here. Gager, it's good seeing you.
Thanks, buddy.
You'll be
nice
back.
to meet you too.
Nice to meet you too, Gager.
And you'll be back for 2 guys and a goalie. You, Cass, Dusty, you guys will fully preview Oilers Lightning tonight as the Oilers go for 9 in a row, which means Tom Gazzola has the Oil Stream pregame show 5:30 tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. But up next, it is the Lock Shop, Dusty and Huss, Thursday Night Football, Best as well as Puck Picks.
I think I'm joining Tommy on the pre and post tonight.
Oh, what do you mean you think? We should probably have that sorted out.
I am.
Okay, we'll sort that. We'll make sure we sort that out so that, like, you know for sure.
Okay.
We'll get through that. That was the EST Angle. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, including you, Jason Lanzuki, even though you hate me. On behalf of Gager and Jasmine, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the Lock Shop, which is coming up next.
Go Oilers!